Hi everyone, my name is Lucy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, this video is a video that I didn't anticipate doing, I'm going to be honest with you, and it's actually around summer solstice. Now, as you guys know, I'm normally called off to weird and wonderful places around summer solstice and winter solstice to do some beautiful connection work. Whatever I'm guided to do at that time. And I actually thought I was going to get away with it this year. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be completely transparent. However, about a week ago now, I started getting information that I needed to go to somewhere, which is actually one of my favourite places in the UK. So I didn't mind too much. However, I wasn't expecting to go. And then I saw some friends earlier on in this week, and they started talking about the place that I had been shown that I needed to go to. So by default, we are off on a bit of a journey on Tuesday. I just had to think then. I was like, is it Wednesday or is it Tuesday? No, we're off on a journey on Tuesday, which is the 21st of June, summer solstice. Now, I can't give you too much information about where we're going to go. However, if you have been following my social media of recent, you would have seen that I have been off on my merry travels again. The Wanderess is officially back out on the road. Now, although I'm at home at the moment, I am actually disappearing off again on Thursday of next week. So it's summer solstice Tuesday, and then I've got to get on another plane on Thursday. And you know, if you don't follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, I would suggest doing so. This summer is going to be one heck of a magical mystery tour for you all to be following. Now, before I get into the information around summer solstice, I just wanted to raise a couple of things to you. So there are many, many, many starseeds and light workers around the world at the moment that are just intuitively being drawn to go to different places and do different things. And I am loving watching it unfold. There are so many people that have no idea what they're doing, but they are essentially going out, doing their thing, climbing mountains, going into nature, going to some of the most beautiful historical sites in and around the world. And they are activating the light in those points. And so before we go into the information for summer solstice, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that are listening to your intuitive pulls. I absolutely honor and admire you all so much for actually being able to step into that space and being brave, especially for some people, because they've had, you know, lots of challenging conversations about where's this paperwork? How do I get in here? How do I get to that country? But people are navigating it with ease and grace. So from my heart to yours, I just want to say thank you so much for the work that you're doing, but also, you know, keep going. Keep going. It's certainly that activation has happened again within me. Now I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm shown exactly what I'm doing. And like I say, I hate to be aloof about it right now. However, you know, there are certain things that I need to do. And I want to be honest with you. I want to do it with as much ease and grace as possible. So as and when I can share where I am next going and what I am next doing, once it's done, I will be able to share that with you. So let's talk a little bit around the solstice energy. Now, I haven't done one of these videos before, but because I was drawn so significantly to going to do this mission, as I call them, I've been calling them missions for a very, very long time, but it's not really, you know, a stealth mission. It's just, you know, something that I've got to go and do. My presence is required to unlock and activate something at a certain place. And I trust that those pulls happen. However, they're always very magical. There's always a massive story off the back of it, and no doubt this will be no different. So ladies and gents, buckle up. Here comes the solstice information. Okie dokie. So this solstice, the energy is going to be ramped up significantly. So on Tuesday of next week, it is going to start to get a lot more heated. That's the word that's coming up for me as I'm just speaking this through with you right now. It's going to get hot. there is going to be a massive ramp up in the energy. Now, do remember, it's only a week later that we have got the new moon coming in. And, you know, so these energies are massively overlapping at the moment. We've just come through the full moon. We've now got the solstice. Then we're going to be stepping into the new moon. So these energies are really, really ramping up. And I'm actually going to link back to the full moon video so that you can go and listen to how that energy is going to overlap with the solstice energy. I will be releasing the new moon video as soon as I possibly can. So with this ramp up in energy, there's going to be this real feistiness. Okay, it's a huge amount of warrior energy that is kicking in at the moment. Now, you may have seen it. You may be seeing the divine feminine warrior energy, like this real raw divine feminine energy picking up, and it has been for the last couple of weeks. What we're going to be doing there is activating the divine masculine. And when I talk about the divine masculine energy, I'm not talking about the energy that we've been living in for the last however many thousands of years. I'm talking about the true divine masculine warrior energy. Okay, the energy that all of us have been craving for so long, and I feel very, very you know, lucky, for want of better words, at the moment. I'm actually surrounded by a number of people who are very, very truthfully stepping up into their divine masculine energy, and it's a real beautiful sight to see. Seeing so many kind, caring, yet very strong men stepping up into that energy. It's really beautiful, because it means that the divine feminine can start to surrender and start to feel safe. So this extra bit of feistiness that's going on at the moment should start to diminish from the feminine side. Okay, so this solstice is going to really challenge you if you do not know what you want. It's very interesting because, as you guys know, my Self-Love Club membership program starts every June, and it's almost like I plan it. You know, each year there's something that comes up, and this year it's very much about knowing what you want. Now, in my month number 1, most of the people in the program do not like me very much, because I push them and push them and push them, almost to breaking point of them realizing that they don't know who they are and how their ego has stopped them from doing certain things. So it's very interesting that the energy of this solstice is very much about, you've got to know who you are and what you want, so that then you can go and get it. Okay, now I was talking about the divine masculine, the true divine masculine energy, a short time ago, and there is a massive sense of know what you want, because we're going to be able to feel safe to go and get it, if that makes sense. So it's almost like this divine masculine structure is going to be put around us, so that we, you know, that we can confidently say, yes, I'm ready for a relationship. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to have children. And actually, I feel safe talking to the people that I'm talking to about it, because they are going to get it. They're not going to run away. They're, you know, because we're all working on our healing. If you've missed the memo over the last couple of years, it's all been about leveling up and healing. And this is the period of time now. Solstice is almost going to flick a switch. There's going to be a much, much higher energy. Now, I've actually changed my supplements in the last week, and I just thought I'd change it up for a little while. I was feeling a little bit stagnant. I was feeling a little bit fatigued at times. I knew that my iron wasn't doing as well as it could be. You know, my hair was starting to drop out again and things like that. So I thought, right, I'm going to tweak things up. And since doing that, you know, I knew what I wanted. So I went out and got it. I took the action. I went out and got it, and I felt safe to do it. It is always a bit of a risk when you're changing up your program. And within 48 hours, I've got more energy. I'm feeling much more aligned. I've got, you know, I can feel the shredding going on in my body. It's extremely amazing. So, you know, and I don't take anything like caffeine or anything like that to burn, just so you guys know, it's not anything like that I'm taking. So this is what's very important right now. What is it that you are looking for, and what are you prepared to do to go and get it? But then it's about feeling safe. It's about being in that container of safety to go and get it. To my fellow single ladies, or to my fellow childless ladies, this solstice is going to bring up a huge energy around fertility, reproduction, and motherhood, which excites me quite a lot, because I would like to have babies at some point whenever the divine decides that I am ready to have them. I know that I'm on a bit of a mission at the moment, but it's certainly an energy that I would really, really love to have in my life. I would love to be a mother this lifetime. And although I know I'm a mother to many, I would really like to go through that process this lifetime. I think it could be a very beautiful experience. And around this time, the solstice and going into the new moon, there is going to be this huge amount of feminine energy around fertility and, potential pregnancies, things like that. If you do not want to fall pregnant, obviously go ever so careful, because it is a period of time where all of this is coming up. Interestingly, there is a lot of trauma around pregnancy and whether you carry on a pregnancy or not taking place around the world. So it doesn't surprise me that this energy has been shaken up. We are having all of this energy shaken up. Everything that is being surfaced at the moment is coming up for our healing. And as I've said many, many times, and I'm sure most of you think I'm batshit crazy when I say this, it's not just politics. It's not just, the treacherous things that have been going on around the world. I mean, every single area of our life, including motherhood, including fertility, it all needs to be cleansed, and we all need to step into that space and recognize that there are some treacherous things that have been happening in every area of life. I also see a mass amount of regeneration around this solstice. We're cutting back the weeds so that the new plants can grow. That's the kind of image that I'm getting at the moment. We're almost decluttering so that we can bring in the things that we actually want in our lives. So just start recognizing when these themes come up into your life in and around the 21st of June. And obviously it could be happening from any time now. We are so close. Another area that came up massively when I was tapping into why I've been called to go to this place is around heart energy. So it's very much about stepping into the heart. Now, as you guys know, I've been speaking about this every single day since about 2015, about how we're stepping into the age of love. We're stepping into a much more compassionate time of living. Everything needs to come from the heart right now. And if you've got any issues around your heart, and I'm not talking physical necessarily, I'm talking, any traumas around it, now is the time to heal that. Because if you close your heart off, or if you run away, or if you've got commitment issues, how can you allow your heart to work from the space that it really needs to? And this is the only way that we are going to get out of these times that we're in. Our heart, it's much more about being, it's much more about present, it's much more around feeling than thinking or being right, for example. Okay. Now, talking of being right, this solstice is going to bring a much higher perspective into all of our lives. So, we are shifting consciousness, as most of you know that follow my channel. But for those of you that don't know me too well, I'm coming at this from a very, very much we are shifting frequencies. We are shifting into a much higher consciousness. So from solstice going into new moon, we're going to be able to look down on things. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. We're going to be able to look at things and observe, knowing that there are so many different options. Okay, there are loads and loads of timelines at the moment. Okay, we don't need to be right. I could pick a timeline and my next door neighbor could pick a separate timeline. Doesn't mean that either of us are wrong. We could both be right. So release this need to be right. Release this need for your ego to be satisfied. Release the need to be, of what's good, what's bad, what's ugly. We just don't need those perspectives anymore. Feel everything as it's coming in and know that there are many, many views to what you are seeing. It's almost like we're freeing ourselves this solstice. The image that I'm getting is an angel just going and throwing their wings back. We're freeing ourselves. We're breaking out of these shackles. It doesn't matter if somebody else has a different opinion to you. They're entitled to that opinion and you're entitled to yours. Doesn't mean that we need to butt heads, which has been predominantly the action that we take. If somebody doesn't agree with us, we get that gut-wrenching feeling and we have a bit of a hissy fit inside, or we want to walk away from them. It's okay to have a different opinion. In fact, I encourage it. You don't need to be right. This is about a higher perspective. What feels for you? What feels good for you? Okay, now depending on the vibrational level that you are at, of course you're going to have different views to different people. Who knows what is the right way? Because at the end of the day, from our own perspective, we're all correct. Now, around solstice, we are going to need a whole new level of patience. I know there are a number of you who are bored. I asked on an Instagram live the other day, I was like, so who's bored of waiting? Like, who just wants to get this done? And I think most of the people watching at that moment in time were saying, I'm done with this, ready to move forwards. What's the hang up? Like, why are we slowing down? We have to be patient because we are the light showers. Okay, we are the ones that are holding the light at the front, and we're just waiting for everybody else to wake up so that they know where that they're going. So we do need to air a whole new level of patience. We are going through one of the biggest spiritual awakenings that we have ever gone through. Okay, so please have your level of patience. Please release any judgments that you've got for people that maybe they've been asleep and they don't know what's been going on in the last couple of years. If they start to get it now, that's okay. The other area of patience, and it's just popped up into my head, I know from my perspective, I'm very much talking from a higher consciousness now. But if somebody wakes up tomorrow and they start sharing all the things that they have just found out because they've just woken up, it doesn't mean I should judge them for that. I should hold space for them to go through the process that we went through a couple of years ago. Very important. It's a very important time that we're living in right now. None of us are right. None of us are wrong. Okay, we don't need to be getting that validation, like tap on the back. Oh, you're a good girl. Well done. There's none of that stuff that we need to be doing here. Okay, so remember to take lots of deep breaths. Remember to ground yourself. Remember to get out into nature. Remember, like, if you love dogs, go and walk the dog. If you love horses, go and ride the horses. If you love the ocean, and just behind my laptop screen is the ocean. If you love the ocean, go and jump in the ocean. Do whatever it takes for you to feel calm and for you to feel peaceful. If it means going out into the forest and screaming your head off, please go do that. Like I always say, just make sure that you're somewhere where nobody's going to think that something treacherous is happening to you. Okay. So, ladies and gents, as soon as I can share more on what I'm going to do on solstice, I will do. Obviously, I will share pictures through my social media between now and the time that I next go and do a video. So do go check out my description field. All of my social media channels will be on there. I also do Instagram live videos, obviously on Instagram. So if you would like to keep in touch and watch the videos that I do on a day-to-day basis, please do head over to my Instagram channel and follow that. There is so much content on that page. Okay, I'm going to link back to the June energy update video. So in this video, you'll be able to link back to the full moon and also the June energy. Both are very, very important for this time of solstice. Okay. Ladies and gents, actually, I think it might just be worth me mentioning, I'm going to close the shop down on my website whilst I am away, because I'm going to be away for a little while. So for anybody who wants affirmation cards, or any information on any of the programs or anything, please do reach out by the 22nd, because that is the day when all of the things are going to be being closed off of the website. Okay, I love you guys to the moon and stars. Like I say, I'm going to link back to the June energy update. Please do go and watch that. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful weekend, and I will see you super soon. Lots of love, guys. Take care.